probably aware they have a long winning streak in this history, in this
I'm not
rivalry.
aware of that.
11 games in a row.
Again, I don't go back. You know, we'll go back to last year because we played them, and so how did they defend us? And we're really looking at personnel and scheme, but we don't go back to 3-4 years ago just because our personnel is different, our scheme is different, their personnel is different. So we don't know anything about that.
So that's more of a thing for the fans than the.
Yeah, I mean, it's irrelevant to this game. I mean, I don't think because someone lost 3 years ago that has an impact on the game this season. So, I mean, it doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter whether it's Stanford, UCLA, or Army, Navy. You know, the game could have been lost 4 years ago. That should not affect what goes on now. It's just.
I'm just wondering if at some point it becomes a psychological factor with a team's dominance over another team.
I don't think anybody's ever talked about it. So it can't be a psychological factor if no one talks about it.
The players said yesterday they were talking about it. So.
Okay. I mean, all of our players weren't here a year ago. Most of them, you know. I mean, so we're such a young team. I don't think that has any relevance to, you know, some of those guys. They were never here for it, so I don't think it's a real big factor. So they probably talked about it because you brought it up. You asked the question first. Aha! Yeah. We have found the key.
Yeah, no, but they said that they were previously talking.
About. Well, we're talking about what percentage of blitz they have on third down and medium today. So that's what we got to be prepared for.
All right. I've counted 38 players who have left the program since your arrival. What is the net impact of so many people?
I think your numbers are down. I mean, and you got to try to replace them. But now, again, it happens in a lot of programs, whether it's guys taking over at other places, that's kind of the thing, and that's what is available nowadays in the transfer portal, is that you can enter it without permission and then go. So, that's part of the landscape of college football now. I would imagine most programs, when there's coaching changes, there's usually turnover in terms of the players. So, and I've spoken to guys who have been through it. Bronco Mendenhall at Virginia, it's the same, same situations that he's gone through. So it's just part of the process now, and that's kind of the landscape of what college football is all about.
That's like a third of a roster. Is that hard to overcome when you?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's hard to overcome. It's just what you have to deal with. You know what I mean? That's why we have 87 freshmen and sophomores on this football team. So you have to replace guys. We brought in 23 walk-ons in this class because you got to get a certain number of guys you can bring to camp. But the difficult part, whether it's here or anybody else, you talk to all the coaches in the league, is that the guys who take over programs, you're down scholarships because you only can replace 25. So you could have 35 scholarships available, but you can only replace 25, so you're down. So I think we were at 76 to start the season this year. So we're down 9 scholarship players that other people in our league have. So that's just, and it's not going to happen because you can't replace them in one class. You have to take it over time. So we hope in a 2-3 year span you can get back up to the requisite amount of scholarship players that the rest of the programs can get.
Yeah, I know everybody's individual. Some were medical retirements, some are grad transfers. Were there any of those guys that you really tried hard to convince to stay here?
No, I don't think there's any situation that I think you sit down and discuss with most of those guys. I would think the predominant amount, if you want to put a number, they weren't playing. So most guys are going to stay somewhere where they're not playing. So, but again, they're all done on an individual basis. You had some kids leave early for the draft. Andre left early for the draft. Andre made a great. Congratulations to Andre. Caleb left early. Under a year of eligibility, got drafted by Arizona on their practice squad. So that's and he graduated with a degree. So you look at a lot of different. There's always different factors. But in the most time, I would say most of those numbers that those kids weren't playing. So that's usually the number one factor from a transfer standpoint. Is guys are looking to find if they can get playing time somewhere else. So.
How much
Two more.
Are you worried about that impacting
the
APR? Sorry, one more follow-up. APR factor with so many guys.
APR is like 4 yards reversed. So the one that just came out had something to do with the 14-15 class or the 16-17 class. So you're also not going to keep a kid and try to convince him if he's not playing for you. Hey, you need to stay so you can bolster our APR. I know you're not playing, and I know you really want to go play somewhere else, but stay here so you can bolster our APR. It's not going to work that way. So you just have to live with what the situation is. We inherited a number from APR, and I don't think our class, when we took over, that kept in for 3 or 4 more years now. So that's something that you have to deal with when you deal with it. But when they transfer, one of the things that the student athlete has to understand is to transfer, you have to be in good academic standing too. So you can't be on academic probation at one university and go transfer to play for another university. So it's in their best interest if they're looking to play somewhere else, that they're in pretty good shape academically, so that their options are open. So.
Last question.
Is the youth
on your team? One of the reasons why you're looking JUCO and recruiting?
No, we took Jalen Irwin last year. We always look at JUCO, and number one thing is, are they qualified and do they fit the admission standards here at UCLA? But we took JUCO kids when I was at Oregon. We take JUCO kids here, but I don't think that's has anything to do with what's in your program. What you're always looking for is, can someone make us better? And if that person can come in here, I would argue with anybody that Jalen Irwin came in here and made us better. You know, he's had a good impact on our football team. So when you look at that, a year ago was Tyree Thompson stepped in and played right away at inside linebacker for us. So when you look at the JUCO route, the question is, number one, are they academically qualified to get into this place? And then number two, can they play? You know, and they're going to be able to come in and be a guy that's going to be there. You don't have time with the JUCO player to say, hey, we're going to redshirt them and then we're going to develop them. They got to be able to play right away. And so the ones that we've taken, and I think if we'll continue to take them, we think that they have an impact and they got an opportunity to play. So nothing to do with youth. You know, you could be a senior laden team, but if you're missing a center and there's a good JUCO center out there, then you'll get a center. You know, so. But if you've got 4 centers that are really good players, you're probably not going to take a JUCO center because he's going to fight the depth chart and not going to be able to get on the field. And in most cases, I don't think the JUCO center is going to come to a place where they've got 4 centers that are pretty good players, because they know they got 2 years on their clock. Wherever they sign and they go to, they want an opportunity to get on the field and play. So.
One more question.
Sure.
Stanford.
That's right.
What does Stanford bring to the table?
I think both quarterbacks, and you don't know if you're going to get which one, are skilled, you know, and really throw the ball. We saw KJ last year, and you know, there were some times I thought in coverage we were there. I mean, there. And whether it was also the right side or the tight ends, that he threw the ball only where they could catch it. And so, you know, I remember seeing him after the game, and it was as impressive an performance I've seen of a quarterback from an accuracy standpoint. And I think the other kids the same way. You know, so I think they're really accurate. They've got a really good tight end in Parkinson. They spread the ball out a little bit more. They're not as much smash mouth as they probably were with Love and McCaffrey, but they can still run it. Scarlett's a really good physical running back. They've had some attrition in their O-line, you know, through the course of the season. So I think maybe they would lean them a little bit more in the passing game, but that doesn't mean they can't run it, because Stanford has a formula to run the football, and they've always been good at it. And then defensively, they're just very sound. There are a lot of seniors on that defense. Really good corner, you know, so I think they've got a lot of experience playing on the defensive side of the ball. So, and you always know when you're going to play against a David Shaw team, you're going to be well coached. So, should be a heck of a battle on Thursday.
Thank you.
We're good. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.